If you want to get insane mechanics in Fortnite, you need to follow these 5 fundamentals, and I guarantee if you follow all 5 of them, your mechanics will improve extremely fast. I've personally used every single one of these methods myself, and it's how I got such good mechanics in under 30 minutes a day. So if you watch this full video, I guarantee you'll improve your mechanics fast. But before we do, I've been working with a bunch of people to build something that has never been done before. And if you aren't willing to invest a small amount of money into guaranteed improvement, then just skip this section, because what I'm about to give you is for serious competitive players only. It's called Snapin, and it's the only fully personalized AI coaching system for competitive Fortnite players. It watches your clips, finds your weaknesses, and keeps track of all your top weaknesses, so you stop making the same mistakes costing you bad tournament placements. It also builds you personalized training routines that are always updated to be focused around your weaknesses and time limit. You also get your own personal AI coach that you can ask anything at any time, and Snapin is trained on over 200 plus pro strategies, over 1,000 pro scrims, and a huge competitive data set. There's also a 30-day improvement guarantee, so there's literally no risk. And if you use code Blexiti at checkout, you'll get 10% off. But this is a super exclusive offer, only available to the first 100 people. So if you want to improve faster, then click the link in the description to get Snapin and use code Blexiti before all the codes have been used. Stop wasting time, practice the things you actually need to practice, and stop making the same mistakes every tournament with Snapin.gg. Now let's get back to the video. So the first fundamental is aim training, but I want to be really specific about this because most people are doing it in a way that honestly isn't the most effective. When I first switched to keyboard and mouse, I used Kovacs, and at that point it was the biggest thing that helped me. The reason is simple. If you're new to keyboard and mouse, your mouse control is probably the weakest part of your game, and Kovacs is really good at isolating and fixing that specifically. So if you're new to the input or just feel like your mouse control is inconsistent, Kovacs is worth spending time on. It will help fix your aim, and it will probably help your edit consistency too, because better mouse control carries over into everything. But here's the thing, once you've got decent mouse control, I actually don't think Kovacs is the best option anymore, and the reason is realism. Kovacs' scenarios are basically training your aim in a vacuum, but Fortnite aim doesn't happen in a vacuum. You're editing, building, peeking, and then shooting all in one sequence, and the angles, the distances, movements, and everything are completely Fortnite specific. So I switched to an in-game aim routine, and the difference was immediately noticeable. Like a few days after starting it, I was hitting shots I just wasn't hitting before, and here's the routine. Go to Raider 464 Mechanics Training V5 map, and on that map you want to go through the 1x1 Angel section using a shotgun and also an SMG or AR. Also the shotgun flick scenarios, the shotgun react scenarios, the glider scenarios, and the storm surge scenario. Spend about 20 to 30 minutes going through all of those properly, and the reason this works better than Kovacs at this stage is that every single scenario is replicating something that actually happens in a Fortnite fight. So your brain is building the right muscle memory for the right situations. But to be honest, for some people Kovacs will still work better, and for others in-game aim training is gonna work better. So I highly recommend trying both for around at least 1 week and sticking with the one that helps you specifically improve. Now this next one is probably the single biggest skill gap between good and average players, and when I started genuinely focusing on it, my improvement jumped more than it had from basically anything else I'd done up to that point. Making good peaks is what separates players who take fights cleanly from players who just constantly take unnecessary damage. So if you feel like you're decent at the game but you keep dying in fights you should be winning, there's a very good chance it's your peaks that are the problem, or maybe just not being able to apply constant pressure and close fights fast. But here's what makes a peak good. 2 rules. First, you need to be on a right hand peak, whether that's behind a wall through a right hand window edit or whatever setup, you want to be playing from right hand peaks only. Now the way I actually started using good peaks in real games came down to 2 things. The first first one is obvious, just a lot of creative practice. Doing peak drills until they're automatic, so you're not thinking about it mid-fight, you're just doing it. The second thing was watching Veno specifically. In the last couple of months, I've probably picked up like 5 peaks I've never seen before, just from watching him 1v1 on stream. He makes peaks at work every single time and takes basically 0 damage doing it. So watching that and then going into creative and doing it yourself is a good and fast way to learn new stuff. And one more thing, using your movement. When you make an edit, slide to cover. Use the momentum to get your body behind the wall. A lot of players make the right edit but just stand still and get hit. So move with your peak. Now let's go over crosshair placement. And this is something that gets mentioned in basically every Fortnite improvement video, but barely anyone actually dedicates real time to it. And it makes a massive difference. Crosshair placement is just keeping your crosshair at head level at all times. And the reason this matters so much is that when your crosshair is already where the enemy's head is going to be, you barely have to adjust to line up a shot. The movement is minimal, the shot is cleaner, and you'll end up hitting a lot more headshots. The way to actually train it is to keep it in the back of your mind every single time you're in creative. Like when you're in 1v1s, for example, just consciously keep your crosshair at head level and keep your movement smooth and controlled. And what you'll notice is that the smoothness compounds and your aim gets cleaner because you're already on target before you even open up the edit. Honestly, I think this is one of the most underworked skills in the game, and the players who've actually put real time into it are just noticeably better at fighting. But piece control is one of those things that sounds like a boring thing to practice, but the players who are genuinely good at it are just on a different level in the fights. The best map to use for this is Raiders Mechanics Training V5 map, and in there you want to do the piece control sections, specifically the piece control tunnels in the comp section and also the peak training section. You can do one or both depending on how much time you've got and how good your piece control already is. But when you're doing these sections, there's 2 rules to follow. First, piece control every single piece of empty space. Don't leave gaps, get into the habit of always filling the space around you, because in real games you want to be the one with all the builds claimed. Second, make protected right hand peaks on the bots, because you want to build those habits in creative so they just happen automatically in real games. I started out with just the piece control tunnels and that helps me a lot on its own, but once I added the peak training section, my peaks got a lot more protected, so I really recommend playing that. Now let's go over speed freebuilding. This is the one that had the single biggest impact on my mechanics overall, and honestly, if I hadn't done this, my mechanics wouldn't be where they are now. But the key thing is it's not just freebuilding, it's freebuilding with speed training, and the difference between the two is massive. Just randomly freebuilding for 20 minutes, doing whatever comes to mind is fine, but it's not really optimized. Speed freebuilding is. So here's how it works. Go to Raiders Mechanics Training V5 map, and once you're in, you're going to want to freebuild on 3 different speeds. Start on slow speed, either 0.6 times or 0.8 times, and on this speed your entire focus is crosshair placement. Make every single edit with perfect crosshair placement, and if there are specific moves or edits you struggle with, practice them here because the slow speed makes it a lot easier to actually get the timing right. Freebuild at this speed for however long you've got, but if you have 2 to 5 minutes per speed, that works perfectly. If you've got less, just split your time evenly across the 3 equally. Then go to fast speed, whichever one you can do relatively consistently, but usually 1.2 times speed. And here your focus is speed and edit timing, so try to do as many edits as possible without messing up. You're going to mess up a lot at first, that's just how it goes, but the point is to push your skill ceiling, and over time you'll mess up less and less, and when you drop back to normal speed, you'll already notice that your mechanics are getting faster. Then finish on normal speed. Just freebuild naturally and try to bring everything from the previous 2 speeds with you. When I first switched to keyboard and mouse, I was doing like 10 to 20 minutes of this every single day, and within 1 month my mechanics were genuinely better than pretty much everyone I went up against. I recently took a 1 month break, so my mechanics are kind of slow whilst recording this video, but it works for everyone because you can target your specific weaknesses, but also because it literally forces you to get better edit timing and improve your crosshair placement. So if this helped at all, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It genuinely helps more than you'd think. And if you want to learn more about how you can improve at Fortnite, then click this video on screen. Thank you for watching.